The Black Egypt sorority, South Africa's very first and most sacred black girl magic sisterhood. Black Egypt. Grace made eternal.
I honestly do feel like my own version, I'm not sure what the word dialect means, but I think you know what I mean to say in not so many words, okay? And I can't believe that she doesn't know being Mary Jane, okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to play the ChatGPT prompted, okay, elaborations of my ideation, like where my mind is at. Basically, I want to bring back flowers, but I want to do it in a different way, okay? So this is content about content, making me feel content, i.e. no one cares more than me, and all I care about is you caring more about stories that actually really, really do matter, okay? I believe that serendipity strikes me and gain literally a new insight, okay? Chuma, yeah, so the first insight is the problem that AI does not know how to pronounce vernac, okay? And I'm curious if AI can actually write me a vernac script, or maybe, so basically I know that flowers is going to be scripted, and I think I lost my ring too. But yeah, and then number two, number two, I also just downloaded a, what do you call it? It's an AI video editing app. So basically what I want to do is to just record content on my phone, like voiceovers, download pictures and videos or whatever, and then just hold it onto this app and ask it to, just edit. So I just want to see what it will do in terms of, clip arrangement and all that stuff. I want to know if it's possible. If that is possible, then I'll be automating that process and then just taking over YouTube with unending lack of frivolous contentment, okay? Because I love the word contentment, because content meant I'm content. Okay, so let's just go to the, I'll see you on the next one. But my intentionality above it all, flowers is coming back.
Audio diaries curated by the intuitive divine Soso Mchana. UKiYO. Love sounds like healing.
It is not a simple answer. My response from pondering on your posed question, what we were saying about you, starts with a word. Disposition. Slow down, we both cannot be fancy. I need 2 minutes of your considered listening to share some thoughts on why more people should know that no one else with your name is more famous than you. A name for how the world tries to place you, and how you choose to rise anyway. Meet Chuma, the news anchor whose voice turns every headline into a moment of magic. A rising South African voiceover artist reimagining the airwaves. A storyteller with style, grace, and gravitas. She doesn't just read the news. She moves it forward. She's not just telling the story. She is the story. And she's one of many black women reshaping global media from the margins to the middle. Introducing Flowers, a new Afrequency YouTube series celebrating black women creators who bloom in resistance. From banned platforms to viral truth tellers, these are the stories that refuse to be buried. Because Black Egypt grace is made eternal. Flowers uncovers the petals of persistence. From the silencing of independent media like African Stream, to the everyday audacity of black girls logging in, creating despite the cost, despite the shadow bans, the shutdowns, the smear campaigns. Because we are the algorithm. They tried to mute us, but they forgot we speak in surround sound. This isn't just about me. This is about us. Telling our stories, building our platforms, changing the frequency, powered by Black Egypt sorority. Flowers is more than a show. It's a sacred space, a digital temple, a celebration of black girl magic that's rooted, radical, and ready to bloom. Because after 400 years of being told to wait our turn, we're not asking anymore. We're creating our turn. Flowers, a new docuseries by Afrequency, blooming soon.
You might be going. I believe that in the tech-enabled world we live in, all of us need to use our social media platforms to help build our personal brands. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter which industry you're in. And the reason why this is important is because
hair does not die. It's alive.
Do you know how proud I am of this hair?
Get rid of them damn weeds.
I used to get perms and all that trash. Let me tell you something.
I am not my hair. I am not the skin. I am not your expectations. No, no. I am not my hair. I am not the skin. I am the soul that lives within.
Our hair is a love language. It's never too much. See, doing our hair is acts of self-love. You can look, but like Solange said, don't touch. The strands, the roots are the sacred parts of us that run deeper than a comb. History says cane rolls is how we found our way home. It's time to let it be known. My hair is not only the crown, but it's the whole throne. It's royalty. And if you copy my hairstyle, I'ma need some royalties.
Black Egypt. Grace made eternal.
do black women who wear weaves hate themselves? Let's talk about it. Hi guys, I'm Lebo, the voice of marketing and your friend in all things brand building, marketing, mindset, business, and sometimes pop culture. So I recently posted...
Jamila Joey tweeted that constantly wearing wigs and never wearing your hair natural is akin to self-hate. And I didn't know that this was going to be as controversial as people are making it out to be. My issue that I often have with this topic is that people pretend that it's not as nuanced as it really is. These standards were not created by black women. Black women's hair has been policed for centuries. There was laws prohibiting them from wearing their hair naturally, discrimination in workplaces and schools. However, as black women, it is our responsibility to work on this internal hatred. I don't think that you wearing a wig means that you hate yourself. But I think we need to stop pretending that there are not people that wear wigs 100% of the time because they don't feel comfortable in their natural hair. This is for everybody. If you are white, Asian, whatever you are, and you feel as if you can't go outside without wearing hair extensions, that's a problem. Black men, if you feel like you can't go outside in your natural state without having that spray that they do on the hairline, that's also a problem we need to talk about, brother. A lot of people love to put these blanket statements out about type 4 hair or 4C hair, and they don't realize that this is not just affecting themselves, they're affecting a whole group of people. Because my sister, you're not the only person that has 4C hair. So when you're talking about how I have 4C hair, this, it affects other people as well. All of these insecurities and self-hatred that you have towards 4C hair, your child that comes out with 4C hair, you're going to put that onto them as well. These are things that are put into us from a young age, and we carry on until we decide to make the change. God, if you want to wear the wig, wear the wig. If someone gives me a Letitia wig, I'm not going to stop myself from wearing it. Do you know what I mean? That's not the point. The point is knowing that wearing your hair natural is an option. I don't want to hear anybody say that natural hair takes too long. I don't want to hear that. Because if natural hair, curly hair, coily hair became the standard tomorrow, we would all learn. People with straight hair are washing and blow drying and styling their hair 3-4 times a week. You have to do yours once a week or once every 2 weeks.
It's not short. It's not short, but hey, exactly. My hair is not a wig. Black women have different types of hair texture. We have different hair lengths. We wear wigs because we want to. It's a protective style. Shout out to this person for pointing it out. I have to reply to so many comments.
So you telling me that they are sending hair from India to black women over here, and we all know that
Brazilian hair,
there's all types of hair, yeah.
The ones from India, shaving the woman's head. They shave their hair off to get rid of their bad karma and all that stuff.
So they shaving their hair off to get rid of their karma, and they're sending their hair over here
to us, and they're marketing it. They're marketing it. Yeah, right. They market it to black women on purpose because they want us to take their karma. And if not, it's like an energy transference.
So somebody commits a crime here and they leave a piece of hair. Even 25 years later, we can catch them because of DNA in the hair. And the trichologists tell us that if hair is in touch with another tissue, there is exchange of genetic material. People don't know this. Which means people who are gluing the hair or whatever, stitching whatever, there's exchange of genetic material. They don't know what they're getting.
I stopped making hair content for a couple months because I realized black women don't want help. The type of hair content that does very popular on TikTok and social media is the type of content that makes you feel so sad and discouraged that you can't grow your natural hair. It's really sad that black women who are calling you bald-headed, saying it's just genetics, saying it's just your diet, they have no true understanding, have no scientific evidence, they don't look at any scientific study, are the ones discouraging black women, and that's the content black women eat up a lot.
Do you think that when I started my natural hair journey, people were like, yeah, girl, I'm so happy for you. Go ahead, do your locks, get your locks, girl, do the natural thing. You think that's what happened? That is not what happened. People were like, what you doing that to your hair for? You got good hair. Oh my gosh, that's gonna look weird. I don't know about that. I don't know about the micro sister locks. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. You know what I'm saying? That was not an easy decision. Okay? To say, you know what, I'm gonna go natural, and I'm gonna...
You know, we have kinky hair, and it's hard to take care of it. Right. That's why so many people wear wigs. I would like natural.
The thing about it is, like your hair right now, you get your hair done one time, and it lasts you a long time.
The father of dragging people on Twitter, Nota, decided to comment on my post advertising the podcast by basically dragging me and saying that I don't know myself as an African woman because I have weaves, fake hair, he calls it. And this is the tweet below so you can read it. Now, my question is this still a narrative in 2023, right? That black women who have weaves hate themselves. I remember growing up, when Chuma was still alive, that he would often talk about this in his media runs and his press interviews and say that he doesn't want to engage with black women who wear weaves. He feels like it's un-African. And you know what? In the marketing space, the professional marketing space, I can tell you now, when we go to events for marketers in the marketing industry run by black people, a lot of the time the old men will go on stage and they will make speeches where they basically say, oh, and black women don't know themselves because so many of them are out here with weaves. And my question is, do we owe people a certain aesthetic of blackness as black women to qualify as real black women?
I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am not your expectations, no, I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am the soul that lives within.
Thank you, Teddy, I love you.
Ixabiso labo kuba nobuntu. Super week nangomso kuningi. Siyanibingelela nonke emakhaya nangalesikhathi somusa sithi malibongwe igama lenkosi Jobe Abraxian, the iconoclast of the internet. Nangokukhulu ukuthoba babukele siyanamukela siphinde futhi simbingelele vele okuningi akushintshi kodwa ukukhala akusizi lona liyababa eqiniso kodwa themba mina baningi abafakazile ngalempumelelo yanamhlanje. Impumelelo ayisenamfihlo, amazwi ayasindisa, ukulalela kuvusa umuzi. Namhlanje futhi ziyakhala izigaba zamajobe, lona wenkulumo ngunceba umfundo umthethwa, lona wenkulumo akanyakazeki, lona wenkulumo uyakhonzeka unyambose. Inkosi yothando isitha somona uJobe udingiswayo ngombuso wabakhosi, nami ngicela ukunibonisa inhlonipho ephakeme kakhulu ngithi babukeli ningasabaleki kuze siphephe sonke nimamele lo mlayezo futhi nawe ungasazibuzi mbukeli ixabiso labakhuzekayo masithokose ngothando lweqiniso ngoba okukhulu ubona okuncane
ixabiso liyobakhuzela.
Moving forward, I need you to keep your eyes on God. Anytime you start feeling worried, oh, my eyes are on God. Anytime you start feeling stressed, oh, my eyes are not on God. Anytime you start feeling like you're sinking and you're not walking on water again, oh, my eyes are not on God. When people start to overwhelm you, my eyes are not on God. When the news starts to overwhelm you, my eyes are not on God. You need to keep your eyes on God. Now, that's not to say don't be aware of what's going on around you, because that's just naive. But regardless of what's going on around you, you need to remember that God is greater than any of it. You need to remember that there's things going on that's really none of your business, and you don't even have you can't begin to understand what's happening spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and all you need to do is focus on God. Keep them eyes on God, and it's a task.
Njengoba sengishilo umbuso udinga unembeza isikhathi sidinga ukuhlonishwa inkosi benathi insuku zonke ubuntu phambili ubuntu bubalulekile babukele ngicela ngiphinde ngicede ngithi umelusi sekakhethiwe inkangiso izofezeka ngoba inhlupheko ayikaze ibukeke phakama nawe Africa le ndaba yethu bovu. Alright, whoa.
Le ndaba yethu bovu super week nangomso uningi.
Public relations is the discipline which looks after reputation. Now, at the heart of this definition is the notion that public relations has to be planned. It is deliberate, carefully thought through process. It also requires ongoing, i.e. sustained, activity that is not haphazard. How do you say that? Actually bring us to the word of the day, to be honest. Drum roll, okay? How does it go? Yeah. Let's see. Haphazard. Let's see.
Haphazard.
Lacking any obvious principle of organization. Disorganized. So it is not. Okay, so public relations, according to Motion Emoyeni, Melusi Selaketiwe, Paramount Africa, Lendaba Eyetu Ubovu. Yes, public relations is not random, it is not unplanned, it is not unsystematic, it is not unmethodical, it is not disorganized, disorderly, irregular, indiscriminate, chaotic, arbitrary, undirected, aimless, casual, slapdash. Okay. Oh, what was that word? It is not. Koya. Actually, this just. Yeah, we'll get there. I want to get the Zulu version of that word. All right. Okay. Okungathandeki.
What?
Okungathandekiyo. Oof. Wow. So Magic Emoyeni hashtag manifest excellence. The opposite of okungathandeki. So okuthandekayo, Okay, cool. So I was supposed to be reading from chapter 5. Okay, it's entitled Knowing Where You're Going. The chapter is entitled Communication Theory and Setting Aims and Objectives. Okay, setting realistic aims and objectives is absolutely vital if the program or campaign that is being planned is to have direction and demonstrably achieve something. Okay, one of the first things that is rife in the public relations industry is a poor objective setting, specifically overpromising. This applies to both in-house departments and consultancies. It comes partly from an eagerness to please, but largely from a lack of knowledge about what can actually be achieved. Ultimately, the aim of public relations is to influence levels of awareness. Ultimately, the aim of public relations is to influence levels of awareness, i.e. what is thought about something, attitudes or opinions, i.e. what is felt about something, or behavior, i.e. what is done about something. The objective might be to encourage someone to buy a newly introduced furniture range or keep their holdings in a company, or to speak up for the company when it is under attack, or to support nursery provision, even if the target group doesn't have children. What? However, no. However, there are several steps along the way to influencing awareness, attitudes, or opinions, and it is only very occasionally that someone who is dedicated to opposing something or what has no particular opinion at all will suddenly become an adherent supporter. Okay, cool. I'm going to go to the next paragraph. It's entitled, Attitude is All Important, okay? Of course, some of the things formative research will have shown is whether stakeholders or publics are aware of an organization. It may appear that, by definition, they should be, but not everyone that the organization will be aware of. For example, a supermarket may intend to open a new store, but will everyone be aware of that intention? Or a supermarket may intend to open a new store, but will everyone? Yes, a supermarket may intend to open a new store, but will everyone be aware of that intention or of the impact it will have on them? Usually stakeholders or publics are aware or not aware of an organization that is simply quite simple, yes or no. Attitudes or opinions are more complex. Exactly what the attitude of various stakeholders and publics are will have been investigated during the formative research stage. Attitudes and opinions are complex and will probably have been built up over time and from a variety of sources and experiences. Knowing exactly what attitudes and opinions stakeholders and publics have provides a benchmark measure of the task in hand, and this is vitally important when planning a program. It is much easier and less time consuming to reinforce favorable opinion than to neutralize hostile ones. In fact, it may be that it has to be admitted that it is impossible to neutralize ingrained opinions, particularly if they are based on deep-seated prejudice. So how are attitudes formed? All kinds of influences impact people. Facts, first-hand knowledge, second-hand knowledge, the media, and other formal communications, conditioning, commonly held beliefs. So I want to focus on first-hand knowledge.
Thank you.
And the media. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So first-hand knowledge is a very powerful attitude former. If a car is bought from a certain garage and the car itself, the sales and the after-sales service has been excellent. Cool.
It goes without saying that a program or campaign cannot run effectively unless there is the right sort of equipment to support it. Public relations professionals do not require vast amounts of equipment, but it is important that it is up to date. Communication professionals need access to and use of technology appropriate to their needs. Video conferencing, mobile technology, cameras, access to printers, etc. are necessary to do the job. A note of caution should be sounded when working on or with international programs. It is easy to assume that every country has ready access to these new technologies, but this is not the case. It is important, therefore, that we become wholly dependent on new technology, such as
So we'll also be actually talking about a communication process model, whereby there is a sender who intends to encode a message that is transmitted through a channel and is received by the receiver, who then decodes it and understands it and then acts, thus creating the feedback. Okay, so we are here at the intention. Okay, and what did it say? It said that yes. Okay, so our intention today is to yeah, cool. Basically, I want to introduce this very wonderful and incredible. And Linda Kim, I don't know how I feel. Okay, I don't know how I feel about when I just like the way when it started. I just didn't like it. Okay, but I want to, let's see, maybe we should just okay, cool. Can't you see is actually, I think I'll play that one. Okay, just as a sporadic, and then once we've developed the format, then this is Linda Kim with a song called Can't You See on YouTube. Can't You See is Linda Kim's second release of, Can't You See is Linda's second release of the year, which is set to lead to a third EP later in the year. The single gradually guides listeners over a motivational story and a groovy trap beat in which Linda looks back on her times of hardship to now being able to settle bills with no hassle or stress. Can't You See is all about the wonderful possibilities that this world has to offer if you apply yourself to your job or whatever it is that you love. What if I love reviewing the creative parents?
I'm a rapper from the East Strand. I think this one to be specific.
Wait, it's the kids next door.
Bounced up, disbelief. I was down bad, now I pay the bills. Yeah, I'm hurt, can't you see? Yeah, we all gon' eat soon as I make a meal. Wanna get it right, gotta keep it real. Stay on my grind, and you know the deal. Yeah, we ain't got a line, we just got a bag on when you for the night. Bounced up, best believe. I was down bad, now I pay the bills. Yeah, I'm hurt, can't you see? Yeah, we all gon' eat soon as I make a meal. Wanna get it right, gotta keep it real. I stay on my grind, yeah, you know the deal. Yeah, we ain't got a line, we just got a bag on when you for the night. They would tell us out, get into the bag, tryna pull up in a row. Don't you understand that a pen touch a rope? See me right now, yeah, on the low. Getting really bad, gotta hit her on the phone. If we get it better, we be bigger on the road. Yeah, and you know that we ain't got a line. We just got a bag on with you for the night. Bounced up, best believe. I was down bad, now I pay the bills. Yeah, I'm hurt, can't you see? Yeah, we all gon' bounced up, best believe. I was down bad, now I pay the bills. Yeah, I'm hurt, can't you see? Yeah, we all gon' eat soon as I make a meal. Wanna get it right, gotta keep it real. Stay on my grind, you know the deal. Yeah, we ain't got a line, we just got a bag on when you for the night.
Thank you, Teddy. I love you.